What's up, guys? We're back up again with game number 2 against Goryo's Vengeance. Game 1, we managed to beat Goryo's Vengeance due to them just not being able to find any combo pieces. We decided to side out Reman's Electrolyze and Culligan's commands for this matchup in favor of bringing in Thoughtseize, Negates, and Dispel, also Vendilion Click. Our opponent starts off the game with Temple of Malice. This has been an interesting card in Modern right now, just because it's only being used in the Goryo's Vengeance deck made by Bob Huang, and from the recent Grand Prix Charlotte. I find it pretty good. It's exactly what you need for a combo deck. You're not going to be using a turn 1 or turn 2 for Bolt or something like that. So I find Temple of Malice just being able to find the combo pieces you need, exactly what you need. Cast Knight's Whisper, turn 2, gets to draw 2 cards, deal a little bit of life. Delver Secrets decides not to be very friendly this turn, and decides not to flip, hitting a Snapcaster Mage, which is still a good draw. It enables us to be able to do Bolt, Snap, Bolt, and also allows us to later on hold Mana Leak plus Snapcaster Mage. Opponent does draw both pieces of the combo available, having both Through the Breach and Goryo's Vengeance available. Does make it a little bit more interesting. Have to be able to hold up the combo, even though I don't know exactly it's there yet. He decides to not play anything and discard Gristlebrand due to hand size, which is something capable of the deck. It's a smart play. And here we decide to just cast Steam Vents untapped, just so then we can hold up maybe Bolt or Murderous Cuts if necessary. Opponent next turn plays a Swamp and decides to go for Goryo's Vengeance, I believe it's this turn. Yes, he decides to go for Goryo's Vengeance, which allows you to return a legendary creature card from your graveyard to play, and it gains haste, and then remove it from the game after that turn. So here we have the Mana Leak, because if he decides to do that, he gets to get Gristlebrand out and draw a bunch of cards, and lose some life, but then he would probably find Nourishing Shoal and be able to gain a bunch of life back and just keep the loot train going. And after that, he would just win the game from that. He draws World Spine Worm, even though I don't know that card. Don't know of that card currently in his hand. It is a very potent card in the deck. It's essentially Emrakul in the deck. It just can't be hit by Goryo's Vengeance and doesn't have Annihilator, but works very well with Through the Breach, because with Through the Breach it sacrifices the creature end of turn. World Spine Worm after its attack, and if it dies, then you get to put 3 5/5 worms into play, which essentially is better than what Emrakul would do, even for his Annihilator 6. Still, Delver Secrets decides not to flip. Stupid Delver. You're my friend. We hold up Mana still for Mana Leak, just so then he can't instant speed Goryo's Vengeance again or something like that. And Delver Secrets again does not decide to flip. He was a real dick this game. Get in, put him down to 12. Be able to play Scalding Tarn. I could Pseudo-Scry, but at this point in the game, it's just better to just remove lands from play, in from my graveyard, in from my library. He goes for Through the Breach this turn. Fortunately for us, we have Snapcaster Mage plus Mana Leak. Not sure if our opponent understands that you get Through the Breach on your opponent's turn, get Borborygma system damage, but I can understand the play of being able to Through the Breach, hopefully get out World Spine Worm, attack for 15 for game. We decided to Bolt here, put him down to 9, speed up that clock a little bit more, hopefully be able to win maybe next turn. And Delver Secrets decides to finally decides to flip this time off the Thought Scour, which does give us the opportunity to possibly find more spells to burn him out with, and we can put him down to 4 life. So we decide to play the island and just pass turn, holding up Thought Scour and Murderous Cut just in case if he does get off of Goryo's Vengeance, because at that point, if he decides to Goryo's Vengeance, his Gristlebrand won't be able to get him life, and Murderous Cut would just screw him over. He does cast Goryo's Vengeance. We cast Thought Scour in response, hoping to hit counterspell of some sort. If we have it counterspell, it's game over no matter what. Unfortunately, we don't hit it. We hit Thought Scour, or not Thought Scour, Scalding Tarn and Gitaxian Probe, and also hit a Sulphur Falls. None of those are able to be a counterspell. He returns Gristlebrand off the top and attacks for 7, but thanks to Thought Scour, we are able to just kill it with 1 mana and be able to hold up the Snapcaster Mage. Definitely love Murder's Cut on the deck. I think it's still viable to keep as a 1 of. It at a time we used to have a 2 of in the deck, but having 6 Delve spells just really puts a strain on the deck, and we get the win. Yeah, having 6 Delve spells really does put a strain on the deck. And the 2 Grimag Anglers, 2 Tassiger, and 1 Murder's Cut, perfectly fine. Removal Suites is for pure kill spells, just Murder's Cut as a 1 of. And 2 Terminates. Terminate's still good, 2 mana kill something. It's the black-red equivalent of Lightning Helix. So, we managed to take the 2-0 win against Goryo's Vengeance. That's another deck I feel favored of. But after this matchup, I find myself thinking that maybe taking out one of the remands, adding in a Spell Pierce in its spot instead. So, if you take a look over at the deck list right now, what I'm thinking about doing is just taking out one of the remands in favor of Spell Snare. Or Snare, the Snare, Pierce. In favor of one of the remands just because we can be able to hit Collected Company. And also be able to hit more of the combo decks I've been running around. Remand has been decent, but it's been kind of not been doing as well. So I'm even thinking about cutting Remand completely. But I'm thinking right now the 1-1 split between Remand and Spell Pierce will be enough to make the deck a little bit better. Overall, I'm living the sideboard of Engineer Explosives. No matter what kind of meta, I feel like Engineer Explosive will always be good. It's just your 1 to 3 mana, or 0 to 3 mana, I'm sorry. Deal with anything that's on the board that's a problem. It's the best wide open answer that we can have for permanents that are not lands. Death Shadow is just really good right now because it's good against burn. The more damage you deal to you, Death Shadow gets bigger, and they can't deal with Death Shadow unless they have Deflecting Palm or Path to Exile. And also Death Shadow is just strong against decks that use Bolt in general because we get side out Delver's Secrets in favor of Death Shadow, have less creatures that are able to be hit by Bolt, and we can become more of a mid-range control deck with it. One of Spell Sky just because still strong, able to hate out Burn, Infect, Twin, the like. Vendilion Click, we've been having some questions on the forum for having this card in the main board, but just simply due to the fact that we have so much Lightning Bolt in the meta right now, it's not that strong, especially with Kolaghan's Command in the meta as well. 1 or 2 toughness creatures better be really strong and be able to win the game on their own in order for them to be good. So that's why I don't feel like Vendilion Click right now is strong in the main board. It's still fine in the one sideboard. Young Pyromancer, we still keep it in the main board because it's able to create an army for all the spells that we have. Hardly ever side that card out. Blood Moon, basically. Greedy decks, you know the drill for Blood Moon. Sometimes you can play mind games with them. Don't bring in Blood Moon, keep in some of the other cards. Dispel, Magma Spray. Magma Spray is mainly just for Affinity, Elves, Pod, Delver, Burn. That's good for a lot of decks because there's still a lot of decks that still want to use 2 toughness or less creatures. And being able to have 1 mana kill something is still good. And there's been a flex spot currently for the sideboard for a lot of decks for a kill spell. I personally love Slaughter Pact just because it's 0 mana kill something. You don't have to pay life like with Dismember, or you don't have to hold up extra mana like with Terminate or Murder's Cut. So I feel personally Slaughter Pact is the best card we have, although it does not deal with black creatures. We already have 3 other kill spells for different black creatures with Murder's Cut and Terminate. Thoughtseize just deals with combo and control. Overall strong card. You can switch out Thoughtseize with Inquisition of Kozilek, but you lose the opportunity to take care of cards like Scape Shift or Splinter Twin in hand, or Cryptic Command, which is what Thoughtseize is strong against. Vandal Blast, deal with artifacts, that's all you need to do. Strong turn 1, strong turn 5, strong turn 7. Still a great card. And that's our matchup against Goryo's Vengeance and a little bit of deck tech afterwards. The reasoning behind my change right now between Remand and Spell Pierce. So, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. Check us out on mtgsalvations.com under the modern forums for Grixis Delver in Tier 2. Hopefully, after this month, we get upgraded to a Tier 1, but because of all the Grixis control and Twin running around, I doubt that we'll be Tier 2 in Tier 1. We'll probably just be sticking to Tier 2. And I'm fine with that. Not being considered the top deck in the format to hate out is fine by me. It makes our matchups a little bit easier. And it's still a fun deck. It's, in my opinion, it's like how players can think of Merfolk to being fun. I find Grixis Delver to be a hell of a lot of fun. So, thanks for watching, and come back next time. Hopefully we'll have another cool matchup for you. Thanks for watching.